It's one of the most exciting events at the Winter Olympics, especially if you're Canadian. However, if you are Canadian and you're like me, it's also one of the most stressful events at the Olympics. Women's hockey. I don't know if I can handle another overtime game in the gold medal final, but they got to be there first. They got to get there first, and there will be one Saskatchewan star trying to help them. Emily Clark is once again a member of the Canadian women's hockey team. She's also a forward with the PWHL's Ottawa Charge, an Olympic gold medalist, a three-time world champion, and Emily joins us now in Ottawa. Good afternoon, Emily.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations on being on Team Canada again.
Thank you very much.
Emily, I wonder, do you find out like the rest of us, or did they bring you in beforehand?
No, I don't find out on Twitter, but I don't find out much before. Every case is different. Prior, we'd be centralized to having the league, but this time around it was a Zoom link, so a little bit different on a call with a bunch of screens, but nonetheless just as exciting and such a relief and excitement when you find out.
Which teammates are you most excited about playing with?
Oh, gee, that would put me on the spot and make some people upset. No, I'm just kidding. All of them. I'm just so thrilled to be a part of that group. It's a special group, and obviously a core that's been together for a long time now. So fortunate to have been a part of it for a number of years now. And I mean, those are the teammates that become family, that become best friends, that you're standing up beside them at their wedding. So it's pretty cool that you can, go to battle with some of your best friends and people that mean the most to you.
Well, that's what I was getting at, especially, with the PWHL now and you guys creating team bonds and things. Is there anybody that you've really grown close with as a player over the years?
I think me and Blair Turnbull have a pretty special relationship. We played together at Wisconsin. We were talking some college sports before going live here. She was my senior captain when I was a freshman at Wisconsin, and it's been pretty cool that we've been able to be on this ride together the whole time and going into our third Olympic Games together. She's one of the people that I was referencing that I got to stand beside her at her wedding. So, to be total strangers at one point in time to teammates and paths keep crossing, and now to be on this journey with her. And we played on a line together for many games. That's someone that we battle hard when it's Ottawa versus Toronto, but we have a lot of fun when we're in the same jersey.
Emily, how does it feel to be the lone Saskatchewan player on the team?
I mean, it's a huge honor. I'm excited for when there's another Saskatchewan girl with me, but I'm so proud to be from Saskatchewan. So to be able to represent our province on that team means a lot to me, and something I definitely don't take for granted.
These, we're going to come back to that Saskatchewan seeing more players in the PWHL, but these are the first Olympics since the success of the PWHL. How do you think that's going to influence the games?
I think it's going to be, some of the best hockey we've seen yet. I think, the PWHL, for the players that are playing in it, it's just elevated all of our games, getting to play best on best as frequent as we have, because we've been missing that for so long. And the Olympics are always so exciting. So now you have, players from many countries in the PWHL. All of us are pushing each other. And when we go back with our national teams, that work is definitely paying off. So I think throughout all the pools, the competition is going to be tough and physical and great hockey.
I wonder, though, too, about team chemistry. Do any of the rivalries get maybe in the way of the Olympic team as well, now that you are playing against each other more than you used to?
No. I think if anything, it brings us closer. I think you have even more appreciation for each other when you have to go against each other and you realize how big of a pain in the ass some of your teammates are. So, it's fun. I mean, we go to battle, like we're competitive, women, but that's why we love it so much. And, when we played Montreal last night, and, you're going into a corner battle with Pooh, and you know that you have to give it everything you have because she's as strong and skilled as she is. It just makes you better. And again, you just have that much more appreciation when you get to be in the same jersey.
She's not going to give you trouble for giving her an elbow in the boards, or?
No, she probably gave me one first.
Okay,
Right?
fair enough. Emily, look, let's cut to the chase. We got to talk about the Americans. That is the biggest rivalry, one of the biggest in all of sports, I would say, and it's who fans expect to be seeing in the gold medal game. I know all things, or you have to get to that point, obviously, but things haven't gone great for Canada against the U.S. lately. How do you feel about that going into the Olympics?
Yeah, I mean, the rivalry series didn't go the way we wanted, but I mean, I feel like in my experience, you have to just lean on that and it's part of the process. And gold medals aren't handed out in November or December. So you got to take what you can and learn from it. And at the end of the day, it's part of the process. And, we've been building towards this moment for more than this season. It's been, since February 20th, 2022, we've been working towards puck drop in a couple weeks. So, you can't forget the bigger picture here. And, I think that's something that I've learned from my experiences, that it's more about the process than focusing on the outcome. And I think that's something our team does a great job of, is just building every game. And of course, we want to end up in the gold medal game, but we'll take care of business and keep building our game throughout every game of the tournament. Not just focusing on the games against the U.S.
Emily, that is one thing, though, or why I wanted to ask, because whether you've won the national, the world championship or not, whether you've beaten the Americans or not, Canada always turns it on the Olympics. 5 out of the last 7 gold medals. What is it that makes this team special when the Olympics come around? Is there a different attitude? Is there a different motivation?
Yeah, I don't think I have the answer, the blueprint to why that is, but I think when it comes down to it, pound for pound, it's both teams are incredibly skilled and talented, and more than ever around the whole world, women's hockey is so competitive. So there's going to be a ton of tough competition and tight games, but I think it just comes down to the fire that you can light inside yourself, and the motivation. And I think every moment in a gold medal game matters, and that starts at the start of the tournament, and taking care of every face-off detail, every breakout in the prelim, and setting yourself up for success to make it to the playoff round, and hopefully the gold medal game.
Well, to a point you just made, what other countries do you see taking a big step up at the Olympics? Obviously, Finland's been strong in past years, but are you seeing other countries really developing?
Yeah, totally. There's been, I think, in my time at the international level, a massive difference. And, I've been pretty fortunate now in the last 2.5 seasons in the PWHL. I've gotten to play with girls from many countries in Ottawa. I think we have probably the most international players over the last 3 seasons. And, I see the skill and the work ethic day in, day out from a lot of players from a lot of different countries. So, Finland, Sweden, the Czechs, they've made massive strides over the last 5-6 years, and they're really tough competition, a lot of skill and physical girls too.
Let's talk more about the PWHL. How has it changed your life both on and off the ice?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty amazing that this is my job now officially. Being a player, I have to do some quick math here, but yeah, like 4 or 5 seasons out of college with no organized league. Of course, we ended up banding together for the PWHPA, which ultimately helped lead to where we are today. But, those years were not easy. You graduate college, and in my case, I just came off my senior year winning a national championship. And then that following September, I literally have nowhere to play. So, a lot of those years is just trying to get better with the people around you, a lot of working when there's no lights and cameras. So, to have lived that and now get to experience the PWHL where this is our job, and the visibility and how great it's just been a dream come true. And, even the hard days are great days, because I love what I get to do. And knowing that there's a generation of girls that don't know any different is pretty awesome, because I grew up wanting to be the first girl in the NHL. And it's just insane to think that how many generations of women grew up like not having a place, or feeling like they didn't have a place in hockey or future. So That's probably the coolest part, seeing the rink filled with young girls and boys.
Does your partner play for an opposing team?
Yeah, she plays for New York.
What's that like?
It's fun. It's pretty cool that we get to do this together, and it's fun to go to battle. I obviously watch all her games, so I just take it as I'm studying for when we play the New York Sirens. No, but it's a lot of fun getting to do this together, and obviously I'm her biggest fan, but I have to turn that off when we're playing each other.
Well, Ottawa is, I've been telling people, is the team Saskatchewan should be cheering for because you now have two Saskatchewan players on the team. Tell me about Brooke Hobson.
Yeah, no, that's true. Shout out to Sophie Shirley and Caitlin Willoughby too. It's awesome that the four of us are in the league, and it's so fun anytime you get to play against them. I'm always cheering for them, but it is nice having another Sasky around. Brooke is what you would expect from a good Sass D. She's tough. She's nails. She works hard every single day, and she's just the salt of the earth kind of person. So exactly what you'd expect from a nice Sass girl, but it's been a lot of fun having her on our team.
Now that there is something to look forward to, there is a professional league where you don't have to go elsewhere. What would you like to see in Saskatchewan in terms of development? How is it these days? Is it growing?
Yeah, I mean, I know registration numbers are increasing. My dad actually runs Canlan Ice Sports Gym and an egg, so
Oh, cool.
even having his perspective of just his noticing the difference in just scheduling, having worked there since I was 13. Now there's times where all 6 sheets of ice is girls practices. So I think even just stuff like that, it's just cool to be around the rink and walking around and just noticing more girls playing. And I think having the league and the visibility and the clearer path of, there's way more girls now from SAS that are going youth sport and NCAA, and there's just so much more opportunity, and it's easier to see that opportunity with social media and how visible the PWHL is. So I think the longer women and girls can stay in sport, whether they want to play PWHL or the Olympics, get their education, I think women in sport become great leaders no matter where they end up. So it's pretty awesome to see, and I'm just happy it's continuing to develop in our province.
How optimistic are you that we'll get a PWHL team someday?
I don't know. That's above my desk. But at the takeover tour, they're definitely getting around North America. So I think almost every province now has had a game besides Saskatchewan. So I'll be the first to push Saskatoon.
Put in a good word for us, yeah.
Yeah, of course. So no, I think it'd be awesome to get a takeover tour game and see the appetite and see how it goes. Obviously, I'm optimistic and hopeful, but I get to play in Calgary and Winnipeg this year with Ottawa, so I'm pretty excited about that because even though it's a 6 and 8 hour drive, that's still a home game for my family. They'll do that no problem. So anytime you get to play in the prairies and close to home, it's special. My favorite games that I get to play are the ones with my family in the stands. So hopefully we can get a game in Saskatchewan.
Well, Emily, before I let you go, and speaking of your family, how many people in your family got Sherwood Signature Series mini sticks for Christmas?
My brother actually did a bit of a haul, and he ended up with more of the wood-based ones than Emily Clark ones. So I got to probably send an email, but no, my Sherwood partnership has been awesome. They've been so amazing to me, and the mini stick, that was pretty cool. That's a bingo card square that I never would have guessed would happen for me, but
what is that like? Because as a hockey player, that's such a big thing growing up, right? That name on your stick, the pro athlete that you either really like their stick or you really like them, and you force yourself to like that stick. What's it like to have your own signature stick?
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, it's that stuff that you don't really think about. You're just playing hockey and trying to be the best you can be, and then every once in a while some cool stuff on the side comes up like that. And I think when I'm at my camp and that I run in Saskatoon every summer, and to see how many girls are using Sherwood, or I have the same stick as you, like just knowing that you have that kind of influence is pretty cool. And yeah, I'm pretty lucky that Sherwood, they value me so high, and they want to give me that visibility and that platform. So, um, yeah, being on the same packaging as Bedard is pretty cool, and great visibility.
Well, Emily, congratulations on all the professional success and good luck at the Olympics.
Thank you. I appreciate it.